Everyone, this is MarlonFinesse95. It's time for another Transformers 4 discussion. And this discussion is going to be a big, giant recap of what happened at the Toy Fair over the weekend. I have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's just dive right into this here. First of all, before I get into too much detail, I just want to let you guys know that the Dinobots are going to be transforming in Transformers 4, but not just going to be in Dinobot mode. TFW was able to confirm from the Toy Fair that they will actually be turning into their robot forms as well as their Dinobot forms. So just to let you guys know about that. Also, it looks like Ratchet is confirmed to be in Transformers 4. I could not find the photo that I found a while back. I should have saved it when I had the chance because there's just so many photos that came out of the Toy Fair. But there was one of those Creo sets, and Ratchet was on one of them, and it depicted a scene in Transformers 4. So Ratchet is back. We don't know how long, if he's going to die off, if something's going to happen to him, but Ratchet is going to be in Transformers 4. And I'll also talk about another returning character a little bit later on in this video. And the big news that came out of the Toy Fair that wasn't directly Transformers 4 related was we have a new video game that is tied into Age of Extinction as well as the Cybertron games. Now, I'm a fan of the movie games and the Cybertron games, so as you saw from my reaction of the trailer, I'm pretty excited about this. I know there's some people that really aren't. This is not going to be made by High Moon Studios. It's going to be made by a developer called Edge of Reality. They've done a couple of good games in the past. I think probably their best game was a PS2 game that they made a while back, The Incredible Hulk. That was a giant open world game. And hopefully that kind of translates into this Rise of the Dark Spark, which is the title of it. So it is going to be tied into Age of Extinction and the Cybertron games. I don't know how they're going to do that. I have a feeling maybe some type of dimensional leap or something like that. That seems to be the only way. I really don't think it's going to be tied in directly to the movies. Like, it's not going to be like a prequel or have any sort of relation to the movie universe. I just think it's kind of going to be a thing on its own and just kind of mix the two universes just for the heck of it. But as far as the game goes, there will be 40 playable characters in Escalation, which is pretty cool. It's a lot of characters. And also there's rumors that it's going to have a 4-player co-op for the campaign mode, so that's cool. And it's just going to be a mix of the Cybertron and the Age of Extinction universe. Really don't know too much on that aspect of the game yet. Single player statistics and leveling up and stuff, as well as multiplayer, will be combined into one. So if you make progress in single player, then in multiplayer the same progress will be made, and vice versa. So I'm interested to see how that works out. And we just really don't know too much on it yet. It's going to be on all major platforms, so all the PlayStations, the Xboxes, PC, Nintendo 3DS, I think, and the Wii U. So all the major platforms covered. So I can't wait for it. It comes out on June 24th, so a couple days before the movie comes out. And I saw a couple people suggested it might have events that take place after the movie, but I really don't think they would do that. I mean, I think Michael Bay would red flag that and say no, because I don't want to have the movie spoiled, kind of like the comics did. So I think it's going to be more of a prequel type thing. But anyway, so that's it on that. And now on to, I'm going to just, in no particular order, I'm going to just be looking at some of the toys and reveals from the Toy Fair. I mean, they're just all jumbled up on my iPad right now, so I'm going to go kind of way out of order. First thing I'll look at right now is we have the Leader Class Grimlock. We're going to have 2 Leader Class figures. We're going to have Optimus Prime and Grimlock. We've seen Optimus Prime before, so I'm not going to talk about him. But Grimlock here, definitely miles better than Leader Optimus. The Grimlock Dinobot mode looks great. As you know, I'll show a picture here on the screen. And it's a bit more brightly colored than the actual movie design, but I'm still thinking maybe in the movie design for the trailer that with the Super Bowl teaser, I have a feeling that that was kind of like when Grimlock was discovered, and maybe they're going to have more brighter colors later on, because he did have hints of colors on him, just not like completely bright and colorful. But Grimlock looks great in the Dino mode, and then here we have his robot mode, and I like it. As you noticed, all the Dinobots are going to kind of have like a knightish type look to them. which I really like. I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, we have the Drift is going to be the samurai type, and then we have the Knights, more of like the Dinobots. I like how they kind of all have a theme of, you know, all 5 Dinobots. So here's Grimlock. He's as you see, he's got this giant club-looking thing. He's gonna be probably a massive transformer. I mean, if you've seen how big his Dinobot mode is, I mean, his robot mode, it's gonna have to be it's gonna be huge. But as you see in the toy here, his T-Rex face kind of separates into his shoulders and stuff. It looks like a very well-made figure, and it's kind of got like some gypsy boots or something there. It's kind of, or elf or whatever you would call him. It's kind of funny there, but I mean, I really like the look of this. It looks like a great figure, and it looks like it's going to be a great CGI design in the movie. Next we have Hound, and I believe this is Voyager Hound. Gives us a pretty good look of what he's going to look like in the movie. I like his arms. His arms look really cool. I like that. He really has a bulkhead type vibe to him, except for maybe like the older character. Even his helmet, his whole body look and figure. Just I'm actually looking at design, and a little bit later on in this video I'll look at the CGI of his face. Next we have Galvatron, and yes, this Freightliner truck is going to be Galvatron. Here is his robot mode, and I believe this is also a Voyager. I'm not really impressed with the toy design, but then again, he's such a jumbled up mess in CG form that it's really hard to make an actual toy out of him, so it's kind of more of a shell former type. As far as the chest area goes, it's a decent looking figure. The only thing I've noticed with all the Galvatron toys that I've seen so far, other than, you know, this certain class, well, this one does it too, is that area on his chest there, that glowing area, it seems like they kind of make it more ovalish on the toys, which I find weird. But you know, just a little nitpick there. Vehicle mode though looks great. The vehicle, I noticed with all the vehicle modes for the Age of Extinction line, they all look great. They all look very detailed. I would buy some of these just for the vehicle mode alone. They look really cool. Next we have Evasion mode Optimus, and this is going to be Optimus Prime in his G1 form vehicle. The robot mode for this Optimus Prime looks great. I really like it. Something you will notice about this Optimus Prime is he has Megatron's gun that he used to kill Sentinel Prime with at the end of Transformers 3. So I find that interesting that he kept Megatron's gun. This, you know, shows once again that this is definitely a continuation of the past 3 movies. I know people are still having doubts about that for some reason. I don't know why, but this is Megatron's gun from Transformers 3 that he is holding in this toy, and I really like the design of this. This is a classic Transformers toy, no shell type design. It actually does transform into Optimus Prime, like the vehicle parts and everything transform into his body, which is really nice. You will see the truck form. This toy, as you noticed, it's not going to be rusty like he is in the movie. They actually are going to have his G1 colors and everything, which is cool. I would have liked them to have maybe 2 versions of the toy, where they make like a G1 version and also a rusty version from the movie with flames and stuff, because it doesn't even have flames or anything. But I like the toy. It looks great. It's gonna be great for, you know, G1 fans, like a movie verse G1 toy. So that's really cool. But I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people that customize this to make it look like the movie. Next we have some Dinobots. Here is Scorn, and something I noticed about these Dinobots is they are very, very colorful in their toy forms. Now this could just be because of their toys, or maybe they are like this later on in the movie. But I think they did exaggerate the color a little bit in these toys. But Scorn here, this is Deluxe Class. Here is his Dinobot form, and he looks pretty awesome. And you look at the robot mode, again, that look of like a knight. Really cool looking. I like these designs. Next we have the robot form of Drift. Drift looks pretty cool. The only complaint I have is that his chest, which is the front of the Bugatti, is not actually the front of the Bugatti on the toy. It's actually kind of like a shell type thing. But that's pretty much it. I think if I ended up getting this, I would just have to paint the headlights, because I just would not have, I couldn't deal with those blue headlights, just not painted in like that. But overall, this is a pretty good looking figure. This is also a deluxe class. I think I mentioned that before. Next we have Strife, who is going to be a must-buy for me. This deluxe Strife is awesome looking. I mean, I love the color. It's kind of like an ice blue. Just really awesome looking, great looking figure. I don't know what else to say. Here's his Dinobot form, a two-headed dinosaur, dragon type thing, and everything about this figure just is great. This is definitely going to be one of the first ones I get. Next we have Dinobot Slash, who is this bright blue and greenish yellow character. He definitely looks pretty nasty looking. If you look at his robot mode, it looks very unique, very interesting. I think the head design kind of reminds me of like an Insecticon vibe to it. So I like the design of that. Just definitely unique and kind of new looking. Next we have Slug, who is purple and red in toy form at least, and classic Slug here. He looks great. Just what can I say? I mean, I like the Dinobot mode. I like the here's the robot mode for Slug, and just a great looking toy. Again, he kind of has that night visor type thing, looking good. And now we're gonna look at the this Creo set. And as you notice on the box, if we zoom in, you're going to see it says Sideswipe on the bottom, and it is red. So it's like, oh, okay, Sideswipe's back. Well, actually, that is a misprint, because if you look at the actual figure, and it's in some type of gravity claw thing, it actually is Leadfoot. And what's interesting about this is Leadfoot has number 41 on the toy when he's actually 42 on the movie. So, so that is definitely Leadfoot and not Sideswipe. I don't know why they did that. Still up in the air on if Sideswipe is going to be in the movie or not, but we do now have confirmation that Leadfoot and Ratchet will be returning characters. Next we have Bumblebee in his 67 Camaro form. Now I love the car form. The car is great. I might want to buy it just so I can keep it in the car form. But if we look at the robot mode of the 67 Camaro Bumblebee, I see it as utter crap. It looks bad. I do not. It's disturbing to look at. This is yeah. They call it High Octane Bumblebee. Don't know if that's just a random name that they chose for it, but I'm impressed with the car and the car mode, but the robot mode for this toy is just, it really turns me off of wanting to get it. Next we have Deluxe Crosshairs, who, you know, I already stated that Crosshairs is probably going to be one of my favorite characters in this movie, if not my favorite. He's just an awesome looking guy, yeah, awesome looking character. And something to notice is his goggles are not colored. I would definitely want to paint that if I ended up getting this figure. I love the trench coat. I like the way they did that. Seems like they did that pretty well. Great looking figure. And next we have our only look at the Pagani. I don't know if the Pagani is going to be a deluxe class figure or not. But he is a Decepticon. His name is Stinger. And this is more of the kid-friendly version of him. So he looks very much like Bumblebee. Something to notice is his name is Stinger, and then Bumblebee is Bumblebee. Both kind of bee, you know. It's kind of interesting. But he looks very much like Bumblebee, except for, you know, red, of course. But that's quite interesting. I kind of see a rivalry brewing between them maybe in this movie. And next we have Lockdown and what he will look like. It kind of gives us a better look at his face, thanks to this toy packaging. And there is Drift, and Drift looks really awesome. A more detailed look at him, the best we've had so far. Definitely has that samurai look, and it's interesting, his face is very smooth. He has like that kind of beard looking thing. Very cool looking, excuse me, very cool looking design. And next we have Hound, and he is chowing down on a bullet cigar there. And Hound looks, actually, his face, and even his, I can tell his overall design is, Hound looks awesome. I mean, I was a little worried. I was like, oh man, a beard on Hound, and he's like smoking a cigar. It's, you know, but I actually really like this design. His beard actually does kind of look like Sentinel Prime's. Has that same type of look to it, and I really like the design. It looks really cool, and I think Hound is going to be a great character in this movie. And last but not least, we have just some concept art of Optimus Prime riding Grimlock. And from what we've seen in the game, in the video game Rise of the Dark Spark, and this concept art, it looks like Grimlock is going to breathe fire in this movie. So that's pretty cool. And that will just about do it. I just kind of want to do kind of like a rapid fire through all this toy information from Toy Fair. Sorry I was late on this. I had a lot going on over the weekend, so I apologize for that. But I'm going to be back on track now, except for, well, I do have midterms next week, so we'll see. But, yeah, that is just about it for this Transformers 4 discussion. If you have any interesting comments about what you think of these figures or the video game, leave those comments in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. I said that too early. I am Marlon Fantasy 95, and I will see you guys next time.